So we have the pleasure and the honor to have, I think, connected online. Can we get Borut? Borut Kovacic, head of the ERT Laboratory Department of Reproductive Medicine and Gynecological Endocrinology at the University Medical Center of Maribor in Slovenia. He's giving a talk on behalf of ESHRE, and he will be talking about ESHRE accreditation of training in clinical embryology. Thanks, Borut, for being with us.
Thank you, Danilo, for this introduction. I have to thank the organizers for giving opportunity to ESHRE to present this new ESHRE accreditation program for training centers in clinical embryology. It's nice to see four very big embryology societies to join together and organize the meeting for embryologists. And I believe that one of the main tasks of all these societies is to share the education and also to strive toward better recognition of their members. And this is something that ESHRE also tried to do. So next slide, please. Just a short introduction. 10 years ago, ESHRE organized a study and we analyzed what is the situation in clinical embryology in European countries. We found that there are about 7,000 laboratory professionals working in more than 1,400 IVF centers in Europe, but without formal status and training in a healthcare system. And this problem exists for more than 40 years. Next slide. So what does it mean working in a health care system? Most of us completed the bachelor and master degrees, and when we started to work in hospitals, we very quickly recognized that there are very specific working conditions. It means working under much stricter rules, understanding health system hierarchies, working with a high level of responsibility. Also working outside normal working hours, days, also during holidays, and to be subjected to a very long theoretical and practical training to autonomy at work. However, this acquired theoretical knowledge and practical skills has not been recognized, and we, at the end of this training, we never achieved any proper qualification to show when we move from one IVF center to another IVF center. Next. So the main question is, can embryologists be health professionals? Of course they can be, but we should acquire skills through formally organized educational program. Yesterday, I just returned from Brussels from the Biomedical Alliance meeting. You can see different logotypes of very different biomedical societies. Not all of them are societies of medical doctors. Some of them are a combination of scientists and clinicians, and some of them are also completely non-medical doctor societies like EFLM, this is European Federation of Laboratory Medicine. Then there is European Society of Cell Analysis and so on. And it was interesting to listen the representatives of these societies. They all joined this Biomedical Alliance because they would like to make the homogeneous educational program in all European countries and get the recognition. It's interesting, for example, like European Association of Studies on Liver, like hepatologists, they would like to get better recognition within a medical system. So you see that I want to show you this, that all these societies where the acronyms always start with the letter E, They all strive to get a better recognition and visibility. And next slide, please. So the instructions to all of them was given by representatives of a medical organization responsible for the homogeneous education in a health system, UMS, where they emphasize that they need a curriculum. This is a list of theoretical topics, syllabus, a program of practical training, logbook where each single event is recorded. Each trainee should have appointed trainer. The training should be performed in an accredited training centers where the assessors should assess the quality of the training. And finally, at the end of the training, the trainees should have verified skills, and also the theoretical knowledge should be verified through the structured clinical examination. Once the trainee complete his training, then the competence should be maintained through the continuous professional development, like a credit system. And in some countries or some authorities also perform the licensing. Next. So go back, please, a little bit. Yeah. Back. Yeah. So if you look the ESHRE web page, you can see that ESHRE already prepared everything that is needed for an organized education for embryologists: curriculum, syllabus, logbook, the requirements for a trainer, the new training program that can be accredited by ESHRE, and also ESHRE exam, and also the CPD system, credit system. Only licensing is not under our auspice. Next slide. So, for example, I would like to show you how is the accreditation of education for EU health system for medical doctors. Next slide. They have MDs have a European Union of Medical Specialists. This is a specific organization that approves training programs, all documents that are needed, like syllabus, curriculum, and logbooks. And all these documents have been prepared by specific specialist sections. Next. There is another organization named Council of European Specialist Medical Assessment. This organization accredits specialist examination that are provided by different sections. And both these organizations represent an umbrella to all medical specialist sections. So since we work very close with gynecologists, we should know their organization. This is European Board and College of Obstetrics and Gynecology. The acronym is EBCOG. And this organization prepared all these training documents for the specialist program in obstetrics and gynecology. Next. But since gynecology has also some subdomains, then EBCOG represents the umbrella for different subspecialist divisions. And reproductive medicine is a new subspecialist division that should work under the umbrella of EBCOG. It is recognized by the UMS. The trainees, the fellows from subspecialist training should pass the exam that has to be accredited by the SESMA. And next slide. ESHRE has got a mandate to perform the accreditation of centers, training centers for subspecialist training in reproductive medicine, and also the examination for the fellows. Next. There is an exception that has been done for clinical embryologists because we are not MDs. But nevertheless, with a very strong support from ESHRE side and EPCOG side, they allowed us to get the accreditation of our examination in clinical embryology. So this is why our certificates holds the logotype of SESMA. Also, the new training program has been approved by EPCOG, and they insisted that our logbooks and the syllabus also has a logotype of EPCOG. Next. Yeah, this is a main mission of this European organization. This means that try to join the forces and try to make everything that is possible to harmonize our postgraduate education for healthcare professionals. And this organization try to promote excellence in medical education, because the main aim is to offer the better possibilities for moving the professionals from one European Union member states to another states. Next. And now about the ESHRE accreditation of centers for training in clinical embryology. You know that we have the exam for clinical embryologists. This is the second prerequisite. The aim was to make a very similar system that already exists for subspecialist training and is approved by EPCOG. Next. And to establish two complementary training accreditation programs. Next. So what does it needed for application for ESHRE accreditation training centers? In the last year, we decided to split the training for core training. This is a basic training in clinical embryology, and the combination of core and advanced training. And you have an electronic application platform. The application should contain first can you list down the acceptable annual statistics, the internal quality control and audit, the organized teaching sessions, all the training program of trainees in clinical embryology should already be in place, and the center should have a multidisciplinary team, all three types of laboratories, and also genetic laboratory if the center performed PGT. For advanced training, the research activity should be available, and also there is the center should fulfill the criteria for minimum clinical and laboratory activities. So the syllabus for the basic training is not very complicated. It consists of 10 modules. There is very basic training in clinical embryology, and I'm sure that all embryologists pass this training, because there is nothing very specific. It is very homogeneous with the requirements for the exam, where the clinical embryologist should show the experience of 3 years working in a lab, showing that they performed 50 different 50 procedures for all different art procedures. Next. The advanced level is more focused on management of IVF laboratory. Also, the trainee should be able to set up new laboratory, also to manage the IVF laboratory, to be involved in research, to know how to conduct the research, how to apply for the ethical committee review. The candidate should be also able to teach the colleagues and be involved in a continuing professional development. So this is additional 3 years, altogether 6 years, which is also equivalent to the requirements for the senior exam. Criteria for tutors, we said that it should be experienced ESHRE certified clinical for core training or senior for advanced training with proven CPD. It is like appointed tutor that is in fact training program manager, and it accepts the main responsibility for the training. So I don't know how to do that, but the main idea is that tutors will become authorized by ESHRE to coordinate the training program. Next. The logbooks are much more complex than you know from the ESHRE exam. It is really like a book where there are different modules. It is precisely written what is expected from a trainee to acquire after completing the training from a specific module. And there is an evaluation of laboratory skills by the tutor for each procedure separately, and also the list of cases that have been done during the training. And the trainee should show this logbook during the assessment of the training center. Next. What does it mean, accreditation of training centers? So first, when the application is ready to be submitted, this application is then reviewed by the steering committee, and if everything is okay, then two ESHRE assessors are appointed to review the applications and documents again, and then two assessors visit the center. Usually it is done, the assessment is done through interviewing the tutors and also trainees. And after the assessment, there is a possibility to get accreditation for 2 years or for 5 years. Next. Yeah, what options do exist now? So primarily, we believe that the MAR centers will apply to become accredited training centers. They can register their tutors and trainees, motivate trainees to apply for ESHRE exam, motivate trainees also to collect CPD credits, send logbooks for verification, and trainees themselves, many heads of laboratories and the centers don't know for these options, so the trainees can propose to heads to apply for accreditation of the center as a training center and to enable them to acquire an ESHRE diploma. And there is a third option that our Slovenian society went through this option. Next one. This is for national societies that can implement ESHRE curriculum and syllabus and their national training program, but they should ask ESHRE for permission to translate and use of ESHRE training documents for national purposes. It is the same rule for ESHRE guidelines if they are translated in the national languages. So this is something that is very welcome because at the moment this is Slovenian Society for Reproductive Medicine that asked ESHRE for this permission. When we got this permission, we went to the Ministry of Health showing that we have a training program with all that has been approved by SESMA, by EPCOG, by ESHRE, and it was not so difficult to pass through Ministry of Health. So if there will be more societies that will use, and the intention is that most of European embryology societies will follow this European training program, I think we will be stronger. I hope, next slide. I hope that in the near future, I will see also your societies to use these programs, and that your societies will ask ESHRE for permission to use ESHRE training documents. Next. Yeah, the main aim is at the end to acquire ESHRE or to issue an ESHRE diploma or a kind of document in clinical embryology that can be used when we are going from one center to another center. And there is a webinar planned for 15 September where all these details will be explained more precisely. So you're welcome to attend this webinar. I think it will be free of charge. Thank you very much. That's all.
Thank you so much, Borut. This is Valerio. I don't know if can you hear me?
I can see you.
I'm really happy. I'm so sorry that you are not here in person, but when Lello presented the idea of having a talk from ESHRE and from you, we thought that was perfect in line with the organization of this event. So thank you so much. I don't know if there are any questions from the audience, but waiting if there are any questions, I will only add that as you know, I can speak for Sierr. In Italy, we have this problem of the recognition of the the training program for the embryology. So for sure, we are really interested in this opportunity to have a collaboration with ESHRE. So I'm really sure that we be in touch for this.
Yeah, I think it could be good. So at the beginning, we made the program a little bit more complicated because it was planned to have a completed program, core and advanced together, but then we decided to split and make possible for all IVF centers, also small centers, to go through this accreditation.
No, but also you have the experience of the Slovenian society, so that's something I think we can follow. So
yeah,
it's a really great opportunity.
I know that there are very specificities between different European countries and regulation as well, but I can assist you or at least explain you different steps, what were requirements in our way toward specialization in medical embryology, and I'm willing to explain you everything if you are interested.
Cool. Thank you so much. I don't know if are there any questions from the audience? No, I think it's okay. Borut, really thank to you and ESHRE, and we'll see you in Paris.
Thank you. See you in Paris.
Thank you so much.